I'm Dr. Jessica Fush, and I'm back with another recipe for Farmers Market Fido. Finally, I promised that I would be bringing you more recipes. We have an awesome recipe for you today. It's a raw dog food recipe brought to you by Darwin's Natural Pet Products, and you're just gonna love it. It's enough food for my 20-pound Frenchie for the whole day, so this is gonna be his entire meal. Of course, you can split it up and feed once a day or twice a day, that's up to you. But I'm gonna walk you through each of the ingredients, and then you can use this same recipe by clicking the link below and downloading it and making it yourself. If you don't wanna prepare the food yourself, I totally understand. Darwin's has amazing done for you raw dog food. So you can keep some in your freezer just in case you don't have time to cook for your dog, or don't want to. Like a lot of people don't want to, and that's totally fine. But they care so much about dogs and raw feeding because they feel very passionately, and I agree, that it really is what's best for your dog. It's what's natural to them, and as long as it's done properly, it is going to improve their health and their longevity. In the interest of time for this video and to simplify it, I have pre-measured a lot of the ingredients for this recipe. I will show you on the scale. And so what you do is you take your food scale and you have any container. You want to make sure that you tare it and make it 0, and then you can start measuring. I think my scale is getting a bit old and it's not properly measuring the grams, so I'm going to need to get another smaller scale for these small amounts of ingredients. But these are our powders and supplements. You're going to want to make sure that you open capsules. I have kelp powder as a source of iodine, has other healthy benefits as well. And so in this recipe, there is 2 grams or 2,000 milligrams of kelp powder, and each capsule is 600 milligrams in this particular brand. I'm not promoting this brand necessarily, but that was 3 capsules. So I've opened those. You're gonna wanna open the capsules or grind any tablets. The zinc tablet's a 50 milligram tablet. In the recipe it says a capsule. So if you open that up, it's gonna be half of one of those. So each capsule is 1 gram in the software. And so it's actually 25 milligrams of zinc that you're adding to this recipe. So I ground up with my mortar and pestle the tablet of zinc, and I used half of it for this recipe. Then I added a half a gram, which is about 1/3 of a teaspoon, of turmeric. And turmeric has cardiovascular benefits as well as anti-neoplastic or anti-cancer benefits. We have some salt for iodine, and dogs do actually need salt. Too much of it, of course, is toxic, like if they drink too much ocean water or they eat the salt that you're dissolving your snow and ice with, that's really, really dangerous. But a little bit of salt is necessary. Sodium and chloride are key electrolytes that the body needs. The other thing I have is my eggshell powder here. And I always keep a jar of this. I always keep my eggshells, and that is the source of calcium, the main source of calcium, although there is some bone in this recipe as well, which provides a whole lot of other micro minerals. And then cod liver oil, which is our vitamin D source, which is incredibly important, but does have to be measured properly. And in this recipe, we are going to use 2.5 grams, which is a half a teaspoon. So 1 teaspoon of oil is 5 grams. So we're going to use a half a teaspoon in this recipe. So let's put it all together. I have pre-measured some of the stuff, but I have my dog's bowl here. I have 4 ounces of ground beef, and this is the 80-20 ground beef. I have 1 ounce of beef liver. I have 2 ounces of chicken wing, and this does have the bone in it and the skin on it, and that is important. I'm going to use 1 whole egg, and I already have ground up eggshell powder, but save the eggshell to the side. I'm not going to use this particular eggshell, but of course I'm going to use this in the future. And then for our vegetable matter, I have 2 grams of parsley. Parsley is a really good source of, actually it has a little bit of calcium in it, but it really helps their breath be good. And then spinach. Dogs need fiber. Dogs need plant material. And there's so many things that we're still learning about nutrition There's so many phytonutrients in green veggies and other plants like sweet potato. So I have 2 ounces of sweet potato here. So I'm gonna put my spinach, sweet potato, and parsley in the bowl. I am going to break up the spinach to make sure that I can mix it in. And I just use my hands sometimes because, you know, it's easier. If you have a food processor, you can do that. But my dog eats pretty well. You can actually, he is down here just waiting. He knows this is his because of course it's going in his bowl. Smart little boy. We're gonna break up the spinach really good. Chop it up, or you can cut it. I just moved actually, so a lot of my kitchen utensils are not here from storage yet. So I'm just gonna make do. My poor dogs have been eating kibble, I have to say. But you know, I've always said on this channel that if your dog is healthy and you're doing everything right most of the time, that they are going to be able to tolerate a variety of foods. That's one of the ways I can tell that a dog is healthy. They're able to have a good, healthy microbiome because they're able to eat a variety of foods. They're able to switch back and forth without any problems, like my dogs are. If your dog is more sensitive, then please gradually switch over and don't just do raw one day and kibble another day the way that I do. But if you have dogs with a really good, strong gut, then you can do that. You can do that if you have to. Or you can just keep some Darwins in the freezer and you don't have to worry about that. All right, so we have our chicken wing, we have our liver, we have our ground beef. I'm gonna go ahead and put all of that in there. Make sure that you're practicing safe food handling, please. So of course, as I mix this up, I'm gonna wanna wash my hands, right? So again, we have our salt, our turmeric, our eggshell powder, and our kelp powder in here. The last thing that I'm gonna add will be the cod liver oil. We have a whole egg. I'm gonna put that shells over to the side. I'm gonna pour in to the bowl all of my powders. There we go. And then I'm just gonna mix it up here. This coats the spinach and we'll get them to do it. An ounce of spinach is quite a lot, but it does provide a lot of nutrients and fiber that they need. A lot of new people have found this channel and I can tell, and it inspires me to keep on going, keep on sharing, because proper nutrition is 100% the foundation for proper health or excellent health or lifelong health. The last ingredient is our cod liver oil, and it is important to use this particular brand because other cod liver oils will have too much vitamin A. So I'm measuring out a ½ teaspoon. I'm just going to pour that over. This particular brand also has vitamin E. Other brands of cod liver oil don't have vitamin E. And vitamin E is another one of those nutrients that is essential for dogs. It is going to need to come from the diet. And you don't want to have too much. Any of the fat-soluble vitamins, you don't want to give too much. My dog is sitting down here and whining at me like, hurry it up, stop talking, feed me this food already. I'm so excited. All right, Bruno, let's do it. Let's do it. It's dinner time, Bruno. Here we go. Another thing I want to mention is that I always stay with my dogs whenever I'm feeding them anything that has bones in it, whole bones, just to make sure that they're not going to choke on it. I have a Frenchie, and Frenchies have long, soft palates anyway. It's important to make sure that they're properly chewing, which looks like he's doing a great job over there. I heard him doing some crunching, so he's doing fine. Thank you to Darwin's Natural Pet Products for sponsoring this video. In the description below, you can click to get a discount on your first order. You can download this recipe and you can learn more about dog nutrition. See you later.